Okay, annual percentage rate problem, savings account, compounded monthly. If the original principal was 2,000 and the account is now 3,000, how many years have passed? Okay, so we need to know the correct formula. To start off, A equals P times 1 plus R over N to the parenthesis NT. This is the formula, and since we have specifically compounded monthly, we know N is 12. So we have A equals P times 1 plus R over 12 to the 12T. That's the formula we get to plug in. So plug into. R is 1.5%. A is 3,000. P is 2,000. Should be lowercase r. And we're trying to solve for T. That's great. So let's go into this a little closer now that we have what we need. We have 3,000 equals 2,000 times 1 plus, now 1.5%, 0.015. This is over 12 to the 12t. We're trying to solve for t. Here's the t in the exponent. We need to get it out of an exponent. That'll take a log, but there's a coefficient that gets in the way of the log. So we've got a little ways to go before we can solve for t. Let's start off by dividing by 2,000, getting rid of that coefficient. Lots of stuff reduces. This is 3.2. I'm going to write it so I don't have a fraction as 1.5. Now I'm careful not to round anywhere in this problem until the final step, because there's a temptation to work this stuff out and then approximate. And then you'll be off by, I don't know how long, but off by some time for our final answer. It does say round your final answer, but that doesn't mean round to get your final answer. Big difference. Okay, we now have the exponential term isolated. If I do natural log of both sides, it allows me to bring the exponent down in front, the t being the important part, where I can work with it. So we now have natural log of 1.5 equals 12t times natural log of this ugly stuff, which I'll just keep writing because I don't want to make an error by approximating. We are so close. If I divide by the 12 and this natural log factor on both sides, I have finished isolating t. There it is, t. So we now have t equals . This is my final answer. This is the exact answer. Now we can go to approximate to the nearest year. And this is just how many years? How many years have passed? So we go to a calculator. Any calculator will do with basic scientific calculator. And we have natural log of 1.5, close parenthesis, divided by. All this stuff in the denominator has a multiplication right there. And so we need a parenthesis around the denominator to make sure that multiplication happens correctly. 12 natural log, oh, we have a parenthesis already, 1 plus 0.015 divided by 12, close that, and that parenthesis, 27.0478, that is approximately 27 years. This value is the value that we approximate. Nothing in the evaluation of this value should be an approximation. So approximately 27 years. There is a part B to this question. What principal should be invested now so the account balance is $5,000 in 10 years? So what principal? 5,000 is the after value. What's the principal the account, we have the same 0.015 over 12, but now we have 10 years. So because it's a Part B, it's the same savings account that we're working with, the same interest rate, the same compounding. And now the original principal that's out because we're now looking for a new principal. Okay, so basically all we need to do to solve for P is just divide by this stuff. There is no variable in this stuff. So we just need to divide by. It's just a number to solve for P. Okay, round to the nearest cent, but let's get the final answer first. All right, so I am going to work this right side out. First, 1 plus 0.015 divided by 12 to the power 12 times 10. If you just do that in your head, get 120, then you don't need this parenthesis. But if you want the calculator to do the product, make sure it's in parenthesis or else it'll do the exponent first and then the whole answer times 10. So that's the number on the right. That's what we're dividing by. So as not to make any rounding errors, because this is not my final answer, I'm going to do the 5,000 divide by the answer button and thereby not lose any information. This is still exact, $825.82. This is now what we round to the nearest cent, 82582. $sign for full credit, like I wrote years up here. Double check once more. There we go. I hope this makes sense.